Just introduction part, introduction to React. Next, how to implement UI using React. So what is the DOM, document object model? And we are going to start from the very basic. It's called variables. As we discussed that, as we discussed that here a program consists two things like variables and functions. Variables and functions. We know that variables use it to store information. Whatever the information you want to store, that we are storing with the help of variables concept only. How we define variables? So just like in other languages like C, C++, Java, we never use the data types here in integer value or like a string value, string, right? And here it is, for example, a double value. We never specify the Boolean like this. We never specify the data types in the representation of variables. Variables always use it to store information. Okay. Generally, whenever we are specifying the variables, we need to specify the data types also. All data types we need to specify. So no need to specify the data type whenever we are representing the variables. Whenever we are representing the variables, no need to specify the data types. Right. Here we never use the data types. Only one data type is there. So where this is where only one data type is there. One data type. So how can we represent the data type and how can we display? See, one thing we need to download and install, everyone. I'll share the video by which you can download. After downloading, we are creating one folder for practice. Any name, suppose I'm giving the name is JavaScript. Right click, just open with code. The Visual Studio Code we need to download and install. So directly from the link, how to download and all I'll share. It's directly available for different operating systems also. Okay. And along with that, one more thing we need to download and install, that is Node.js. This one we need to download. But how to do all these things? We'll share the video. By following this video, we can download and you just make the things ready. Let me open the folder with the open with code. Open with code. Then it will open. Here we can write all the things. This is the folder open, which is, and this one is opening the new file. Is opening the new file. It's creating any name you can specify here. Any name. Here it is first dot. Extension should be JS. first.js and just enter. And here it is the file open. Now let me declare the variables and execute the things. Don't use the data types. See, it will show errors. Just represent with a var. Represent with var. We are doing the simple things first. Var. Any type of data you can specify. Is 2.3. The string you can specify. String you can specify. The Boolean type you can specify. How can you display all these things? On console, we are printing the values. A. Only just A we are printing. The concatenation, string concatenation also I'll explain. Just how to use this one. In this terminal, go to the terminal and new terminal. If you click, here it will show the terminal JavaScript on desktop. On desktop, JavaScript is showing. That is. And here we need to execute the code with the node. Node space. And here we are giving that file name .js. .js. When you run this, you will get the output A value you will get. Is the simple way of writing the code. The multiple values if you want to display. What all we have written here. What all we have written here. We can display like this. Everything in a single line if you want to write, see. The integer, the decimal value, a string, and a Boolean value. If you want to display all these things, all the four, then easily we can write this thing. Console.log. 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 Can we display all these things in one place? Yes, with concatenation also we can do. If you know, if you have any idea of, JavaScript or Java or .NET, anything, same concatenation here. Suppose with a comma, we are writing plus comma is a separator and B. And B. When we execute this, 10 comma 2.3. 10 comma 2.3. Sir, again that S value I am printing. S value is yes we are printing. When you run this, look at this. 10 comma 2.3 comma AMA. Same concatenation we can do. Sir, it seems to be difficult. Of course, this is the oldest one. And that recently they have given like this. That also I'll show you. Whatever you want to display here, you can display in between. A string interpolation concept is there. String interpolation. Everything you can write in a single thing. How to do all these things, I'll explain. Just dollar, directly you can use a comma, comma, dollar, B we can use. S we can use. Yes. No need to concatenate nothing. See here. But all these things will come in a future things. Just working with the variables. Sir, from variables, what type of questions they will ask mainly? That is our discussion. Mainly what type of questions they will ask. Only one simple thing, a very important one. What is the difference between var, let and const? Var, let and const. That is all the three. All the three. Here, the old one is a var. What are the problems? I'll explain. They introduced let. Next one is a const. What is the problem? Main problem with var? First point. Redeclaration is allowed. Where x is equal to 10. See, in any other programming language, int x is equal to 10. Again, int x is equal to 20. Allowed? Never allowed. Never allowed. That is. Okay. This one. Just, is it allowed anywhere? No. Not allowed. Nowhere allowed. But if it is var, this is the first problem with var. It is allowed. It is allowed. This is called redeclaration. Redeclaration of variable is allowed. Redeclaration of variable is allowed. See, I'll show you the output instantly. Where a equals to 10, where a equals to 20. And when you print console.log, I'll explain with this one. Because after that, everyone use this one only. Okay, normal thing no one is using nowadays. That's why better you use this one. When you execute, look at this. You will not get any error message. A value is 20. Actually, it should not supposed to allow. Let me explain with the let. Explain with the let. That is, redeclaration is not allowed. This is correct one. When you let and let, you will get error directly. Error. See, when you just give let and let, look at this. Directly it is showing error. Cannot redeclare the block scope variable A. Okay. It is not allowed. Remember that one. That is the first problem which is present in var. They changed in let. This is the first one. Second one is hoisting is allowed. Sir, what is this hoisting? We can use the variable before declaration. Before declaration. See, first I am printing the A value. Then I am declaring A. Again I am printing the A value. Like this. Like this. Look at the output. Oh, wait. Look at this. What is that A value? A value is undefined. A value is undefined. It will not give any error. It will not give any error. But what it is saying? What it is saying? simple. Here it is undefined, it is same. Okay. Now, sir, is it allowed in let? Definitely not allowed. Definitely not allowed. That is the second problem rectified. When you use let directly, you will get error message. You will get error. See, cannot access A before initialization. Cannot access A before initialization. That is okay now. The next one is what is the third problem? Third problem is very, very important. Look at this. Where has functional scope? Sir, what is this function scope? With one example, you will get clarity. I'm just writing one function briefly. We will discuss functions from the tomorrow class. But just today, listen. You will understand. Function, suppose ABC. Inside local variable is there. X equals to 10. And I'm writing one block. Just any block. True, I'm writing block. Inside the block, again I am declaring the local variable with the same name. No problem. Normally you can declare. And when you are printing the printing X in block, X inside the block, and X inside the function I am printing. X inside the block and X inside the function I am printing. I am just calling. Normally our expectation is what? Those who know the basics from C language, anything. This is functional scope and this is a block scope. It is available inside this and it is available inside this function. So our expectation is what? 20. And here it is 10. This is normally our expectation. But see, look at the output of this code. Oh my, sorry. What is the output of this code? Look at this. 2020. Expectation is a 20 and a 10. But output is a 2020. Output is 2020. Is that the correct way of writing? No. Impossible. This is the main problem. So much confusion. And here it is if it is this one, function means function scope, block means a block scope. Like simply we can say, let is a block scope. Let is a block scope. They just cleared that. Is available in function. And it is available in a block. Now if you write properly, look at this. Inside the block as usual 20. And inside the function as usual 10. It has given. Is a 1. That is the difference. That is the difference. It has function scope and it has a block scope. The three main problems, only these three main problems. Main question in every interview, the first question about the JavaScript. What is the difference between var, let and const? Const is the same like let only, block scope only. See, suppose if you write a const and const here, const here, const here I have written. So no issues at all. No issues. But then what is the difference? Constant means we cannot modify. See here, when we are writing this x is equal to 30, when you just execute the code, you will get how to assign a value to constant variable? Impossible. Impossible. Okay, now it is impossible to assign value to constant. Constant means what? Fixed value. Just fixed. Once you create, that is fixed. No one can change. No one can change. That is. Remember that. So the simple things. Let const also just working like let. It has block scope. The only difference is let can modify, whereas const cannot modify. Whereas const cannot modify. This is the main difference between three. The first and important question everyone will ask is what? We know that programming is to develop applications. So what is the purpose of applications? Store data and process data. Simple thing. Store the data and process the data. Where we are storing the variables? We store variables. We store data into variables. That is. Three types of variables we can create: var, let and const. Var is old, now everyone using let and const. That is. Okay. So this is the basic fundamental thing about the variable. Remember. The next one is, the next important concept we need to understand is a functions. Functions. First, what is a function and what function will do? Just perform any operation on data is always possible with functions only. With the functions. Okay. So here is a simple one. Normally I'll explain. In this calc, suppose is a calc consider. Is a data we are storing. Different types of buttons are there. Different types of buttons. Like 1, 2, 3. This is actually called data. When you click on this one, like the data will store into variables. 7, 8, 9. Let me explain. 0. Some operations: plus, minus, multiplication, division, mod equals to CE, anything. Here, some options are there. So when you click on this one, some data will store. Data will store into variables. into variable. Suppose a equal to 2, b equals to 3. But when you click on this one, some operation will do. That operation is nothing but functionality. Button click is nothing but a functionality. One function executes, and from the function we perform the operation. From the function we perform the operation. That is, sir, how to create the function? Function is a block of instructions. Block. Function is a block of instructions. That is, suppose if you want to perform withdraw operation, what is this parenthesis, sir? Input. Okay, I am performing withdraw operation. What is the input I should give? What is the input I should give? First of all, swiping the card means ATM card details. Next one is a PIN number. Next one is how much amount I want to withdraw. And this is called input. Input to the method. Input to the method. I mean like function, sorry. Function. Sir, inside what is the logic you will write there? Checking first. Checking the ATM card is authorized or not. Next one is PIN number is valid or not. Next one is balance is present or not. If it is present, just process transaction. That is the one. So function always take input, perform operation on input, and it will return. But actually data type is not there. The functions always represent with the keyword called function in JavaScript. Function in a JavaScript. That is. See, JavaScript is a functional based programming and as well as object based programming also. Functional based programming means, let me explain. Normal operations we define with a function. Separately we write name and logic. And this is functional programming. Is a functional programming. Next one is a object oriented programming. Object oriented programming. In this one, objects will come, like classes will come. Class name, inside that function, but we never use the word function. Sorry, here parenthesis missing. We never use function word because inside this is called a method. In object oriented programming, called method. In procedure oriented programming is called function. In procedure oriented programming, method and function. Try to understand the difference. We never use this functional word here. But whenever you are writing object oriented programming, this we soon starts. But sir, how we are writing without using the functional keyword? I'll explain it. It is not a big thing. So don't confuse. In C language, functions are there. In C++ is object oriented, but functions are there, methods are there in objects. Java purely object oriented is nothing but only methods are there, no functions, like .NET. But Python again, functions are there, methods are there, both supported. Now JavaScript also functions are there, methods are there. Sir, why we are concentrating on this one means in react.js, two types of components are there. Functional components are there. Functional components and class components are there. We will learn the complete thing based on the functional components and the class components only. Class components only. Okay. This is the simple way we need to understand what is a function, what is a class, how to define the functions and all. JavaScript supporting functional functions as well as methods. Functional based programming, object oriented. First we will learn. I told you already. Yesterday I think I have shown some wait. Yesterday I have shown some document called functions document. First we start with the named functions. All these are functions only. Anonymous, arrow, IIFE. We'll discuss from tomorrow. This one only I'll explain. Callbacks and all. See, methods will start. Methods nothing but functions with objects. Constructors also like that. See, here only method name. Inside that we never use function keyword, we never use. That is, we'll cover all these things. Okay. For everything with the clear examples. The clear examples I'll share. The documents and everything I'll share. Don't worry. This is the thing. Okay. So this is all about the introduction part of the variables we have completed about var, let and const. And this is about the functions for today class. Tomorrow also you have session. Okay. And please join that session. So we will start different types of functions. And meanwhile, I will share one video just how to download and install the Visual Studio Code as well as Node.js. Okay, now? Yeah, I'll share that video. By just go through that video, download. But in that, how to run first React application is there. That is not required. Just first install VS Code and Node.js. Of course, directly also you can install. So many videos are available, but I'll share the video. You please follow that. Because I'm not wasting the time to do installation for this simple thing. So once you will be ready by installing the VS Code, tomorrow everyone will practice, okay, functions and everything. We soon complete functions and followed by the data types and collections types. We will enter into react.js concepts. As I told you clearly, if you are good at all concepts of JavaScript, react.js is very, very easy. Remember that point. Hope you understood, guys. Any queries? If you don't have any query, please leave. Any queries, please drop the message. I'll clear. Tomorrow we have session. Please log in same time with the same link.